Picture this. You spend weeks planning the perfect Christmas Eve proposal. You hide the ring in a place you're sure she'll never look, rehearse the words you want to say, imagine the way her eyes will shine when she sees what you're holding. You tell yourself this will be the moment your story takes its next big step. The moment everything you've been building finally becomes something solid. Something safe. Something real. That was the version of life I thought I was walking into. But what I walked into instead felt like stepping into a cold room where the lights had been turned off long before I ever opened the door. And it all started because I came home early from work for a reason so stupid and normal that I still replay it in my head, wondering if the universe really wanted me to hear what was waiting for me behind my own living room wall. The roads were slow that afternoon. People doing last-minute Christmas shopping. Office was quiet, half the team had already taken the week off. I had finished everything early and told my boss I might as well head out. I thought it was perfect timing. I smiled to myself in the car like an idiot, already imagining the way she'd run to greet me, the way my arms would wrap around her, the way the night would feel like it belonged to us. But when I opened the door at home, I didn't hear her voice calling for me. No footsteps rushing toward me. No warm smell of something cooking, even though she had told me she wanted to prepare a special dinner for us. At first, nothing seemed wrong. The apartment felt quiet, but not tense. I set my keys down carefully, like I didn't want to disturb whatever softness the moment might hold. I thought maybe she was asleep on the couch or in the shower. Then I heard it. Her voice. Low, close, coming from the bedroom. She wasn't alone. She was talking to someone on speaker. Her sister. I almost walked in right away. But something about the tone made me freeze. Not scared. Not sad. Just heavy. Like she was lifting something difficult out of herself, letting it fall word by word. I took a step closer. Slowly, quietly. And then I heard my name. Not the way you want the person you love to say your name. Not warm. Not soft. Not proud. More like it tasted bitter in her mouth. She sighed and said she didn't know how to tell me something. Said she felt guilty. Said she didn't want to ruin Christmas. And then, with this small laugh that didn't sound like her, she said she thought she was falling for someone else. I felt something stop inside my chest. Like a rope pulling tight around my lungs. Her sister asked her who. She hesitated. Then said his name. And the second I heard it, everything in me changed. Because it wasn't a stranger. It wasn't someone she barely knew. It was someone she talked about. Someone she said was just a friend. Someone she swore I had no reason to worry about. I leaned against the wall. The weight of my own body felt too heavy. My hands were shaking and I didn't trust myself to move. She kept talking and every word felt like a strike. She said she didn't know when it happened. Said she felt alive around him. Said she felt seen. Said she felt something she hadn't felt in a long time with me. Like I was the background noise in her life. Like I was comfort but not desire. Like I was the safe choice but not the one she wanted to run toward anymore. And then she said the sentence that broke everything I thought we were. She said she wished I would postpone our future. She said she hoped I wouldn't propose. She said she wasn't ready to choose. And maybe she'd already chosen in her heart. I never realized how quiet a home can feel when it stops belonging to you. My hand slipped into my pocket and touched the small velvet box. It felt heavier than it had in weeks. I closed my eyes and breathed in slowly, trying to keep myself standing. I remembered how I picked a ring. How I imagined the moment. How I thought love was enough. How I believed she felt the same way. How stupid I must have looked to her, planning a future while she dreamed about someone else. Her sister told her she needed to be honest. She told her she needed to decide. She told her she couldn't lead me on. And she said she didn't want to hurt me on Christmas. She said she'd rather wait until after the holidays. She said she didn't want to ruin what I had planned for her. She said she didn't want the guilt. That was the moment I knew I couldn't stay in that hallway 1 second longer. I walked back out the door as quietly as I had walked in. I didn't slam it. I didn't leave anything behind. I didn't take anything either. Just the ring in my pocket, the cold December air on my face, and a silence inside me that felt deeper than anything I had ever known. I sat in my car for a long time. Just sitting there, breathing, listening to the sound of my own heartbeat. When you love someone, you always think betrayal will come with a crash. With yelling. With a fight. But sometimes it comes like this. Soft. Quiet. A conversation you were never meant to hear. I didn't text her. I didn't call. I drove to the ocean. I stood there in the freezing wind, staring at the water, wondering how you start over when the future you built collapses in one sentence. A part of me wanted to confront her. A part of me wanted to walk back and pretend I never heard anything. A part of me wanted to disappear. In the end, I did the only thing that felt right. I wrote her a note. I told her I came home early. I told her I heard everything. I told her she didn't have to choose between two people because I was stepping away. Not out of anger. Just clarity. Because love should be certain. It should be chosen. And if she couldn't choose me fully, she shouldn't have to pretend. I left the ring in the box. Placed the box on the bed. Placed the note beside it. Then I walked out and locked the door. And for the first time since I met her, I didn't look back. Christmas Eve wasn't about a proposal anymore. It was about seeing the truth clearly enough to let go of something that was already leaving me long before I opened that hallway door. And sometimes the hardest part of love is accepting when someone else's heart has already left, even if their body is still standing in front of you.